Welcome to Drive the Change, real talk with real leaders, right here from the front seat of Polestar 4. Because if we're going to talk about driving change and driving innovation, why not do it in style and more sustainably? Today's guest is someone who is climbing mountains in her free time and break ceilings at work. I'm really looking forward to meeting her. Welcome, Cecilia. It's so nice to have you with us here on this drive for change.
For me, working with D&I, it's a business imperative. It's a catalyst for stronger business outcomes, both financially, for the employers, for the innovation, for new products, for happy customers. So I think that HR, of course, has an important role in enabling the change, supporting, giving information, using both the carrot and the stick, but it has to be driven from the business.
So it's not just HR talk. Are we way beyond that? This is really about driving change and innovation.
It's not about counting women or ethnicity or other things. What we say, which is a bit more up to date, we have gender neutral KPIs. So for instance, at any level in any unit, you shouldn't have more than 55% of any gender. And the same goes for leadership compositions. We went away from 50-50 because that's kind of a bit fixed and maybe not natural. So instead we say that we are striving for a diversity of 40-40-20. 40% women, 40% men, and then 20% any other kind of diversity, being neurodiversity, age, education, etc. So this is kind of more to just kind of trigger how do we get diversity of thought within the teams that are doing innovation, delivering projects and audits, and also in the leadership teams.
And it sounds like you're already there in Deloitte, that you are actually setting hard KPIs around this, but is that the case in other businesses?
I often say you have to address the head, the heart and the wallet.
Yeah.
Some people just do it because it's the right thing, and many people do it because we know it's the right thing for business.
Yeah.
But some need a little kick in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's tough because especially over the last year, and especially now, we have so many challenges, and there's always something else which is more important. So right now it's a huge focus on dealing with the geopolitical change and trade and costs, etc.
Yeah.
But at least for me, I always strive for having this as one of the key initiatives at all time.
There is a big difference between just building diversity and actually work with inclusion, right?
Yeah, and building diversity is easy. You can just hire a lot of people, and I often say that I'm very fed up with diversity and don't talk about diversity. We have diversity in this country. We have 50-50 men and women. Yeah. We have a lot of people with different backgrounds. We have a lot of people with LGBT+. The magic is when you really become an inclusive organization. Yeah. And the reason for that is that when you have an inclusive organization, people come to work, and you can use all your energy on doing the best for your clients and your company and your colleagues. Because if you need to hide, you can just imagine, Kristin, if you had to hide 30% of yourself coming to work, not daring to talk about your boyfriend or girlfriend, not kind of daring to talk about your religion, or if you're a woman in a very male-dominated community like I have been for many years, if I didn't dare to be a woman, if I always try to fit in and have someone else's behavior, you are not yourself, and we don't get all the value we could from those people.
What would you advise leaders on today, in this moment in time, going through everything that we are seeing in the world right now?
So there are kind of disruptive changes happening, I feel, almost every day. So I think first you need to kind of maybe don't act upon everything that's happening. Dare to kind of get a little bit up get a bit up and try to see the full picture before making any decisions. But of course, when it comes to D&I, if there's new legislation, I've seen companies need to be comply with local rules. But for those who are in countries that don't have those rules for the moment, I think it's more important than ever that we lead the way and that we lean in, and not for the sake of diversity. I think especially now when some countries are taking a step away from D&I, I think for most of us, we think that it's not about doing D&I for the sake of D&I, and there's bad D&I and good D&I, but again, for me, it's really important catalyst for business outcomes.
Yes.
So it's just a natural thing to do. You need to bring in different teams. We also have some clients that put D&I as a criteria when they choose vendors.
Yeah.
And I applaud that. I want more Norwegian companies and
Yeah.
Nordic companies to put and kind of ask their vendors to be measured on how are you working with inclusion and innovation.
Yeah.
Not for the sake of the society, but for the sake of having the best solutions.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as we're a little country, Norway, but I think maybe what we can do is really to work with setting good examples, and really we can drive change by setting good examples and show the rest of the world that it's possible.
I think it's important to use that voice in a constructive way, and also kind of reach out and be the because right now we are in a world of a lot of polarization, and how can we also become the glue to collaborate, reach out, and just be very super constructive.
Yeah.
That is also I think it's kind of, we are the country of peacemakers, so just to kind of continue on that. But at the same time use this opportunity to really kind of sharpen our own competitiveness.
Yeah.
And lean in with Europe and rest of the world. That is also key.